Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Blazer Golf Pod. This is episode 8. Liam, how we doing?
Pretty good. Yourself?
Doing well, dude.
It's been a while since we've been back in this building.
Yeah, last pod was a while ago.
Last podcast in here was 2 weeks ago, because last week's was the preseason interviews. So we didn't have to meet for that. That was over spring break for us. So yeah, it feels good to be back.
Yeah. How are you looking for the rest of the semester? How was your break? Good?
Yeah, it went by quick, but excited to get back. Golf season starts next week, pretty much. So
yeah, no, we're pumped for that. Guys, if you haven't followed us on our social medias, everything is linked in the bio. Podcast, Apple Podcast, Spotify.
We've been getting a lot of Apple Podcasts.
Yeah, you guys are going crazy on Apple Podcasts. We always appreciate the love. YouTube, obviously, we're gonna be pumping out content soon. TikTok, we're not too big on TikTok right now, but once we start getting out to practice every day, we're definitely gonna be able to pump out some content. So just real quick, you guys, we've been able to play a little bit of golf. It's more consistent right now. We're getting out a little bit. We baby steps, right?
Each time's been condition wise a little better. Obviously, we were looking decent, then we got snow, and then it got sunny the next day, and then it snowed again. We're a week behind schedule. Yeah. But that being said, we'll be starting next week. Courses are opening up all around us now. Yeah. Pins are, tee boxes are where they're supposed to be, and greens are rolling out. So it's not 100%, but I'd say it's 90, maybe 80.
It's 75. So it's, for those of you who don't really know, so up in New England, we get a lot of snow, super wet. And by super wet, we mean a lot of courses won't have you tee up on the tee boxes because of divots, big divots. It's a day after a rainstorm. Yeah. Standing water, a lot of standing water.
Extra pair of socks.
It's wet. It's even condition wise with clubs, you're not hitting it as far just because of how much you're digging. Short game's tough because with wedges, it's just so wet everywhere. Yeah, some greens will roll, some won't, but no, it's happy. We're good to get out. Happy to get outside and be able to play. And then in the next few weeks, once course guys can get out there and work on the courses and
have some grass to cut.
We're going to be looking good. So stay tuned for all that. Everything you can find is in the social medias. And now we're going to kind of jump in. Actually, real quick, really big announcement actually with Golf Spoon. Guys, I know you guys saw it on our story in the post. Golf Spoon is now an official partner in Blazer Golf Podcast. 5-in-1 divot tool.
Yeah, it's a great tool. So pretty much it's a stencil. It's a custom stencil. You can get your team's logo for your school. You can get a logo of a dog, a cat. You customize it. Put it in a little. It's pretty much a spoon, and you put your golf ball in it. And you just have that stencil, and it also works as a club holder, divot fixer. You can mark your tees with certain heights. So.
I think that's innovative. Not a lot of, it's measured out too. So if you like to tee the ball really low for iron shots or whatnot, you tee at the top, you put it down. For drivers, you want to tee it up dumb high. You want to hit a nice high draw out there because you guys like to hit draws, I guess. You can tee it up high and let it fly. And also, we didn't even talk about it. The right next to the stencil is a triple track, and you're a big fan of the lines on the golf ball.
Yeah, I like the lines on the golf ball, especially within 10 feet, or if you know the breaks really well. Big fan of that. We're going to be getting our hands on some soon.
Yeah, we're pumped.
So yeah, look for that. But yeah,
we got a code. Yeah, I was just say we got a code too.
Put it on screen. It's all uppercase Blazer Golf, one word.
Yeah, get on it, guys.
It'll be in the description as well as a link to their
Amazon store,
Amazon,
right?
And that's so go check those guys out. Really cool. It's pretty cheap, I'd say.
Yeah, it's a great for you'd think something like that in the golf market, right? Going into products and stuff there's some divot tools out there for $50. Dude, guys, this is a 5-in-1 tool. What is it? 16, 17 bucks, 18 bucks?
It's well worth it.
It's well worth it. So, once we get our hands on ours, they're in the mail. We should have them soon. You guys will definitely be seeing them. And, we got some other stuff in the works. So, guys, we got some big stuff coming. So stay tuned. And we're going to jump into today's episode. Salim, what's on the agenda today?
Yeah, we're going to talk We're gonna talk some pace of play. You don't have to do that way.
Nah,
it's just like like if that. Otherwise, you have to put it like.
Yeah, no, I see what you mean. I just don't know if you could see it.
If you just look at that though, like anytime you just look at that, like it's fine. Like it doesn't matter. We're gonna jump into some pace of play.
Yep.
We're gonna talk about golf ball technology.
Ooh.
And then we're gonna touch on some modern and historical traditions of the game of golf, some of the stigmas around it and how that's changing, just like the evolution of golf, I guess.
Yeah.
Not too specific, but we're gonna speak our minds. But yeah, I think we got some decent stuff to get into.
Yeah. So another thing too, guys. I know, last few pods have been Liam and I. Guys are busy. Preseason it's tough to get them on here, but once we start getting in a regiment with schedule, I feel like we'll be able to get a lot more people on. And tell you what, it was really good to hear from Coach in the interviews.
Yeah.
So I hope you guys like that, because that was a really that was one of our better pieces, I think.
Yeah, we got a lot of good feedback on that. Go check it out if you haven't.
Link in the description.
Last episode. So yeah, hopefully we can continue to do stuff like that, and with your feedback, we'll just keep getting more consistent and whatnot. So
yeah. So you said golf ball, right?
Yeah, there was big news, right?
Yeah, big news with the USGA trying to limit distance again. And on the cover of the post, they had Bryson on there. That's kind of a shot. What do you think?
No, he probably would embrace it. He was gonna change the way he plays golf and maximize how far he hits it, and he did it. And I'd say it worked. He didn't see I wouldn't say it was dominating.
No, but it definitely was impactful.
But it changed a lot. Look, now this is coming out. You saw people like Rory saying they're going to try to gain distance. Everyone's trying to gain distance and swing speed. And
yeah,
his effect was legit. And I think this is a result of it.
Yeah. I think it's interesting. So I think if a few weeks back now, they made a local rule to cut the legal driver length from 48 to 46. Which those of you who don't know, it's a pretty significant change. Before, everyone didn't like Phil because of the whole Saudi thing. He was pretty frustrated about that and voiced his opinion. And Bryson obviously is not like it either, because that's what he's getting used to. But I think for a lot of the majority of guys on tour, it's not that big of a deal.
No, I don't think so either.
Yeah, but I think something that is really going to take the tour by storm is changing the golf ball, because that's what's being proposed right now.
Yeah, and that's not just going to change the that's going to change for us too. That's going to change
that's changing
the
pro
game level to the very casual level. You got that's a whole nother question of golf ball regulation, which we've never really had to think about. Whereas if this rule comes into change, and I'm not sure if it's gonna, I'm not sure.
No, we don't know, guys. But
if that does, then man, you got another whole problem arising with, are people using the right golf ball? But hopefully we don't go down that path yet. Hopefully, the ball doesn't change too much, and we'll figure something out.
So I think an interesting comparison that we're going to do here, just before these changes happen, let's kind of compare our predecessor of the golf ball, for example, the bladder ball. 2000s Tiger, what he was using, those things spin like hell. All the pros back then played super spinny golf balls. And, a lot of you guys will think you hit a full wedge shot, spin back 10 feet. That's a lot of spin. Think that, but spinning so much more. For the guys who know the actual RPMs, full wedge shots 14,000 RPMs, a stupid amount of spin. And even off the driver, you think with Persimmon Woods or with the metal, the Callaway Big Berthas, super spinny golf balls, being absolutely bombed.
Yeah, and that's you're always gonna get the people that say these players are blessed nowadays because they don't have to deal with the mishits as bad. You got these TaylorMade, the twist face. It's just built for a mishit. It's built for a bad swing. It's obviously worked with a good swing, but it's crazy how you can just still bomb at 300 and mishit it, and you're not out of bounds, or it's so those people are always going to be it's too easy now. But I still think with that comes just the evolution of golf, and we'll get to that in a little bit, but like the athletes are getting better. The average player on tour is coming out younger, stronger, more athletic. I mean,
and better fit.
It's only going to get, that's exactly, it's only going to get, the golf's only going to get better. You know, it's not just because of the equipment. The equipment definitely helps.
Mm-hmm.
Probably shorten that time it took. But yeah, that's kind of how I feel.
Yeah, I think 2 points I want to make. So, if you go into any local golf shop, Dick's Sporting Goods, even Target, like Walmart, even like any store that you go to that sells golf balls, each brand has a lineup. So like you'll see, Titleist has this metric. We can throw it up on screen. I think they post on their Instagram all the time. So they have like the AVX, the Pro V1, the Pro V1X, and the Pro V1 like left dash. So they have, that's what, 4 golf balls?
They got way more than that too.
Yeah, and they have way more than that, but these are just like the premium lineup, right? Like, it's crazy to think how like, using different dimple patterns, weights, like certain stuff in like the material of the golf ball, like it's crazy to completely change a ball flight. Yeah. Like, I know the AVX, low spinning, like super low ball flight, and then you have the left dash, which is like, doesn't spin, goes dummy high, and it just goes forever. So, think about it. Let's use you for example. Liam, you hit the ball stupid high, and I hit the ball really low. So if I was going for a ball fitting, which these things like these exist, like golf ball fittings exist. Like this is what we're talking about, right? Like golf ball fittings, Liam would probably get an AVX in terms of Titleist, and I'd probably get a left dash or something to get my ball flight up. So think about it. If we go back in time on tour, when all the guys were using the same blades, same woods, maybe a different putter and all the same ball, it's like it's like putting everybody in the same room for an SAT and they get their different scores. But then, if you change it and you're like, hey, we're going to give everybody a different level of book, or you can bring 3 books or whatnot, whatever your weaknesses are, you're going to bring that book, right? Like you're going to fill that, that need. So I feel like, you guys with TaylorMade, Titleist, Srixon, like, dude, like literally the fact that I can go get fit for clubs and see data that perfectly represents how I need my game to be and what'll best fit, like that is so much of an advantage compared to just being like, shit, everybody else is using these Wilson blades. Yeah. Might as well hit them.
It's a fair point. I think, I do think the golf ball is very optimized right now.
Absolutely.
I don't think they should be pushing it more. Right?
No.
I think it's, as it is, as it's been the last decade or whatever, I know it's been improving, but let's just say the last 10 years, like, since the urethane covers and whatnot, like, and the multi-core, I don't know too much about it, but it's very well optimized. I don't think
it's crazy.
If you do it any further, like, then you could start being like, hey, like, this is still, like, this is too much. I think there still has to be a consequence for hitting the ball bad or spinning it too much.
Well, absolutely. There has to be.
Right now they're on the line, so I can see why they want to maybe dial it back.
So
I don't know. It's weird, like, because it's such a different... We always think about it as, how is it going to affect the pros, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's not
going to affect them for nothing. I mean, regardless, at the end of the day, like, they have tour trucks. Like... Those guys
they're going to figure it out. Their game's not going to get affected too much.
No way.
And ours isn't either. That's why it's like, well, wouldn't you rather keep the ball a little more forgiving for amateurs to keep them engaged and keep them wanting to, do all that? And
well, I feel like...
I don't know why we need to really... I don't think you need to change it up too much, but there's definitely a discussion around it.
Well, my question to you is, do you think that the golf ball needs a rollback? Do you think that they need to, take a step back or...
I think.
What do you think?
I think as it is the farthest it can go, if that makes sense. Like,
end of the line.
As far as it's going, I understand distance is relative.
Mm-hmm.
I do think right now, like spending time in the gym and being athletic, you should have that advantage of being able to hit it further than.
Yeah, absolutely.
With all the equipment, with let's say like a basic level, if everyone's using the same ball, driver, right? Like, I do think that should be allowed. Because obviously, if you roll the ball back, everyone's just going to be hitting it. It's just relative. If you shorter than driver, right? They think it's going to only affect the people using the 50-inch drivers or whatever.
Yeah.
Which is true, but with a golf ball, like
that affects everyone.
Everyone's just going to hit it the same. Like if the top 10 long drive hitters are still going to be the top 10, just a few yards shorter. It's
yeah, that's true.
If the same changes are made or if the same rules apply or whatever, right? So I don't think you need to roll back. It's really close. I understand why they think that. Personally, I think like it's fine how it is. It's been like this for a while, and we've seen a bunch of good golf. I like the golf balls personally. I still hit a ton of miss hits. The ball's too much for me, but that's because,
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say though. Like, I feel like amateurs have it hard enough already. I don't know the percentages off the top of my head, but like how many golfers in the United States, let's not even use the United States, across the world, what percentage of golfers have breaking 80? Like what percentage of golfers have breaking 75 or broke 75? Like how many golfers have broke par? Like it's so relative. Like how many golfers are swinging it hard enough for a golf ball to make a substantial difference? Yeah. You have, millions and millions and millions of people across the world who play this game, right? And I understand that on the highest level, these things need to be implemented. Like if you're going to make any kind of industry change, it has to be at the highest level.
Yeah.
Because that's, if the pros are doing it, then,
And also for competitive integrity, right? Like when Bryson came out and said, like, the harder I swing, the straighter it goes, that's a problem.
Yeah.
That's a problem because, I understand that's his way of getting the advantage and he's just he's exploiting the flaw in technology, and I see why they want that to not be a thing because, like, if you want to promote driving accuracy, for a tough course, you need to
good luck.
You need to make it rewarding to hit the fairway and also rewarding to maybe take 3-wood off the tee and take that risk of losing distance to gain the accuracy.
Yeah, the approach, the angle.
Whereas if you're saying, oh, I'm just going to hit driver as hard as I can because it goes straighter the harder I hit it, like, then it's like, all right, I can see why they want to maybe do some rollbacks because,
It takes the whole, like, that kind of dives into course management. We're not going to go too deep into that, but to touch on it, like you said, if there's no reason to, why the hell would you want to have an 8-iron or 9-iron in when you can have a wedge, a flip wedge, even if it's a different angle,
what skills are you testing at that point?
No, you're not. It's bomb and gouge.
And then it's a putting contest, and that's what we don't like to watch as viewers, and I don't think the pros like it when it's a putting contest.
No.
I don't think.
No.
So that's, I guess, where I'll net out is the golf ball is much more advanced. It's
incredible.
It's seen in crazy amounts of technology advancement in the last decade. It's good for amateurs. I think having a ball that's forgiving and goes further and, is easier to control is good for amateurs, right? It keeps people like us and even, a little worse than us or whatever, like,
it helps.
It helps them out, But at the pro level, I do think you could argue why there needs to be a rollback. I don't know if what the USGA is implementing is right. I think it could be done better with equipment changes.
I agree.
Because that's easier to regulate on their end. I don't know. It's tough.
It's hard.
It's two different sports, really.
Yeah, it's hard. Just how I said earlier, how individual is, how you can be completely fitted and you can take someone who doesn't have the best, equipment, and you could give them all the best things and fit them, and that makes a substantial difference. So, that's kind of how we're going to end on that point. But definitely a lot that can be talked about there, and definitely a good topic. If you guys agree or want to talk more about it, back in the comments.
Yeah, let us know.
Because this is definitely an ongoing conversation and something that us at Blazer Golf, especially with how many guys that we have, the drastic, demographic of our skill set of our team, it's definitely something that's interesting to talk about.
Another thing that's crazy about our team is that we are all lefties.
Almost, yeah.
And then this will take a good segue into our friends over at Left Behind Golf.
Yeah, let me take off the hat real quick. So guys, as you can see, I am wearing the Blue Blossom quarter zip. This is, guys, you guys know this is one of my favorite. I love wearing this. Like, this hat, like, it's a little bit old. I wore it all summer, but like, man, this thing is sweet. Springtime, I don't know if it's announced yet. I don't know if I'm supposed to say it, but like, hey, we're gonna get some new stuff coming. Like, I can't tell you what. But I talked with Greg, guy over Left Behind Golf, awesome guy, and he's got some really cool stuff in the works. So keep out on the lookout for more quarter zips, maybe some hoodies, some hats, some new designs.
Yeah, check it out. Links in the description.
Yeah, links in the description.
Code we'll put on screen. Code's also in the description. MKeef10.
Yeah, MKeef10. Guys, get on that. Great company. You guys know the deal. Left Behind Golf recently actually helped me start paying for some of my sponsoring some of my spring events. So huge shout out to them on a personal level. I know this is Blazer Golf, but talking for me, like guys are legit. They're helping me out, and soon enough, we're gonna hopefully get them on here, and you guys will probably meet Greg in a future podcast at some point. You never know; everything's up in the air with our schedule, and. But no, if you guys want to get some, if you know a lefty in your life who wants to get their game up and be comfortable and rep their southpaw genes on the course, guys, look how sick this court is. Like, come on, dude, it's fire. And the gloves, dude, oh my god, dude, you wore them when we played last. It's clean.
Go check them out,
dude. They're clean. So guys, check them out. Always a good wear when you're wearing Left Behind Golf. By lefties for lefties, right?
That's right.
Hell yeah. All right, jumping into the next topic. What we got?
This is one of my favorite things to talk about because I find myself complaining about it often, and everyone's going to complain about it. We all love a good pace of play debate.
Oh god.
Not even that. We're not going to be debating just how annoying it is because it is annoying. I can go on and on, but we're going to talk about is pace of play. How do I say this?
You're good.
Is playing slow breaking an unwritten rule of golf? Or, I don't know, should there be more punishment for playing slow?
It's an interesting take. So, when you proposed this topic, I kind of had an idea. So there's a few scorecards, of course, I played at, where at the top under the yardage, in between the par and the yardage, there's a number, and it's a timestamp of how long you should be taking to play the hole. So, for example, I remember this because I played this course so many times, but my old course at Maplegate, on their scorecard, I don't know if we can pull it up or not. Probably not, but if they have it on, we'll check it. But, the first hole takes like 14 minutes to play. It's par 5, 15 minutes. Then you get on the second hole, you get to like 27 or something like that. And it goes on until I think the total time of the round is like, 4 hours and 15 minutes. And I think that's standard, for a foursome of golfers to take, about 4 hours, 4.5, depending on the day.
Still too much.
I feel like it's long.
For a course that's busy and casual golfers, if you're done in 4, like that's a good job.
Yeah. I mean, I know that when we play for practice or, even just, if our 4 guys get out, right, like you, John, me, and Alec or Matt or whoever's coming with us, coach, whatnot, I feel like, we can bang out 18 holes and, even walking Cold Springs 3.5 hours. And that's a hard course to walk. Even 3.
I can walk 9 in 50 minutes, like literally.
Yeah.
If I'm, not having to look for the ball and whatnot. But I think this is more of a topic for the pro level, like PJ Tour, where that is.
Yeah, drag it there. Let's
because obviously, like in our college events, like it's tough, but we're waiting on all the tee boxes, and that's a flaw of like how they're letting us off. Like that's how they're letting the 5s go off first, and you talk about just the actual like level of golf being played, like there's going to be more high numbers, lost balls, and but when you're talking about the pro level, when they have a set amount of time to look for a golf ball if it's lost,
3 minutes,
they have a ton of spectators that see the golf ball, like you're playing for a lot of money, you're battling daylight with some of the tee times, like And in general, like, you could really have a serious effect on your playing partner's performance if you are taking an absolutely insane amount of time.
Absolutely.
Getting them out of rhythm. So let's bring it there. What are your thoughts?
To kind of touch on the last one, I can relate to that. I had a tournament where it was the New Haven tournament. Second day, I was in second place, and I got paired up with two guys who, both were well into the hundreds. Sorry. One of them was like, I think mid 80s, 90s, but we had one kid who was way in the hundreds. And the whole day it was just hard to gain momentum, like on a personal level. So, on tour, I feel like it's the same way. If you get some guys who are playing, super well or whatnot, and then you just get like, there's a difference. Like obviously the tour, it's not going to have a guy shooting 130 with a guy who's shooting like 80, but you're going to have a guy shooting like, if you're shooting like a 64, 63 round and you have a guy next to you who's going 75, like that's a drastic enough difference, you think?
Yeah, I think because the PGA Tour has the technology to like time these players, know who has.
Yeah, they've walking they're walking scores.
There's not enough. I turn on the television sometimes and like you just feel like you see someone hit a putt out, right? And then like it's been like 15 minutes and you're like, dang, like I haven't seen them hit their tee shot. They're waiting on the tee.
Like waiting on tee box. Yeah.
You see all these guys, and I'm just like, man, like that's awful. I think this is a one-off because the Pebble Beach like pro-am with all the celebrities and whatnot, like that's different because the celebrities playing, but that can go to show how bad it can be.
Yeah,
like
I get it.
Two groups waiting on the tee, right?
Oh, it's bad.
If you're trying to win a golf tournament, like I don't know, if you think about when that scenario happens in like a normal PGA Tour event, like there's got to be strokes given out. Just instead of going and, I'll put you on the clock. I mean, like these guys are absolutely professional golfers. They can do their routine. They just decide to play slow because that's how they like it. But like, if you put them on the clock, they're gonna play faster, and they're not threatened because I've never heard of. It probably happens very rarely. I've never heard of someone getting a stroke penalty for playing slow. Like it probably never happens. Therefore, they're not afraid to take their time.
Yeah.
If you actually start giving
an incentive,
If you just give out a few, like give one to Rory McIlroy if he's playing slow, right? I don't care. Like give one to John Rahm if he's playing slow, and I don't know. No offense to Keith Mitchell, but like you take a really bad golfer, a really good golfer, like give him the same penalty. I don't care if you're number one.
Yeah, no, keep it equal across.
That way, when you're a hole behind, you're like, oh shit, like we're gonna lose a stroke.
Yeah.
I understand then the argument with like, oh well, like what if it's not my fault? Like what if someone just made like an 8 and the other person in the group made a 7? And we were looking for a ball. Like I don't know. It's tough, but they can do better than it is now because
I agree.
God, it sucks. I think it just needs to be fair. I think if you're playing slow, like, and this is like visually slow, like reading your putt, like all the angles, like I don't know. There's got to be a time limit.
I got you. So I have a few examples I thought of. So the first thing to touch really quick on the putting, like I remember when Bryson. When he was able to have when there was putt books when that they could have, he would, I don't know if they wouldn't televise it, but like, if I'm watching on like ESPN Plus or whatever or whatnot, like, you watch the whole thing, dude, he takes 4 minutes to hit a 12-foot putt. Yeah. Like, and that's long. One other thing too that recently happened, we were on the phone the other day and we were on the course and you were like, this guy missed a putt and I forgot who it was, missed a putt and it went like just behind the hole. And you looked at it, what was that? I remember.
During the Players, Aaron Wise had like this eagle putt on the Thursday, right? Mm-hmm. It wasn't. I think it was like Saturday. He was finishing up his first round because that was a hole.
You want to talk about plays to play, guys? Yeah, oh my God,
they did a good job trying to get.
They did a great job, but man,
they had this eagle putt on like I think 16 the par 5, and like it's tracking the whole way. They have a good camera angle of it, and then it just misses, and it goes like, I don't know, a few inches behind the hole. It's not overhanging on the lip, like it's just a miss putt.
Yeah, it's a miss putt.
I understand, oh man, like dang, like have a quick, 3 seconds and go tap it in, start walking towards your ball.
Yeah, right? Finish out.
he literally puts his hands on his knees, looks the other way for like 10 seconds, looks at his caddy, stands up, walks behind, rereads the putt. His putt's still like there. Like you gotta, like the other players are trying to get their.
He didn't mark it. Like, you know, if you're not gonna finish it, just mark it.
He's talking to himself. He's talking to his caddy, like standing there. Like I'm like, dude, go hit the ball in and then do that, right?
Yeah,
like,
for real.
You don't need to sit there and waste everyone's time. And you still made a birdie. Like you had a good shot for eagle. I understand you're baffled at miss, but it just happens. That's
I mean, was he in contention?
No.
So, guys, you know, that's kind of what I'm saying. Like, I think everybody at their home club or home course knows a guy who's just like, you know, you miss a putt, you got like a 3-footer, like, you know, some guys grind over those 3-footers.
It wasn't like it was a 540 lip out.
No,
and you're actually
he just missed the putt, dude.
Missed on like the low side, and he's just like.
Another example that I thought of too from the players is the whole Daniel Berger thing.
Yeah.
With Hovland and Damon. Like, you know, I'm not going to put my opinion in because obviously, you know, that's already resolved. It happened how it happened. But, like, you know, you watch the clip, right? I got it on my phone. You know, it's a 4-minute clip, and there's no golf shot in that clip.
Yeah.
It's just, like, him hit, like, after the shot, and then walks all the way back. Like, I understand that those rulings need to happen, right? But the second that Hovland and Damon were both like, you know, I don't know, dude, like, official came over. He said, oh, you guys have to pick and decide between yourselves. The second that Hovland and Damon said, yeah, no, you got to drop here, it should have ended right there.
Yeah.
You know, obviously, you know, nothing against Daniel Berger, man, but, like, I understand it's impactful to your round. You know, you were sort of up there, but, like,
it's
man.
It's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money. And trust me, I don't think those other guys are doing anything to dog you, right? Like, obviously not.
They ended up agreeing on, like, in the middle, right? Like, they didn't give Daniel Berger his 30-yard from the green drop, but they didn't have him go all the way back 170 yards. Like,
yeah,
they met somewhere in the middle. It's fine, but like you said, that was 4.5 minutes, and then guess what? Hovland has to do his shot routine.
Yeah, he has to drop the ball.
Damon has to do his routine.
Yeah,
Berger has to hit again. Like, and that's a par 5. You're going at it in 2. People are probably on the tee box. People are probably in the fairway waiting.
Yeah, dude, it's such a.
And then all of a sudden you get someone who maybe comes off birdie on 15, right? Like, oh, they're getting.
You got momentum, and then you got to, you know, something like that. It's going to completely change your pace. Like, you know, if someone in your group has an issue, you know, instead of thinking about your next golf shot, you know, maybe chatting with your caddy or, you know, getting a drink of water, like, you know, something that keeps you in the zone, you know, you have to disassociate.
Yeah.
And I feel like something like that is just, you know.
Well, that's.
Man.
Just from a personal level, from what we experience, like, it kills me when I'm if I have any sort of like momentum, and it's not too bad in college tournaments, right?
No, it's not.
But there are times where it's just like, say you're playing in front of me, like I'm watching you tee off every hole. Yeah. And then I have to watch you hit all your tee shots, hit your second shots, then we go, and it's like
it's slow.
There was one time where I watched the group in front of you hit, then your group
I remember that.
And then I hit, and I think I made triple or double or something on the hole, and I was just like, because by the time it was my turn to hit.
I was 18 at Rutland.
Yeah, by the time it was my turn to hit, it was just like, dude, I haven't hit a golf shot in 30 minutes.
Nah, and it was long, guys. It was long.
So that's when it's just like, dude, how does it get to this point? And of course, that's a different setup, the way they.
Yeah, that's a different conversation. But
just when you're talking pace of play in terms of how it affects your golf, like it's so relevant. Anyone who says that it doesn't affect them is just lying to you. There's no way you can sit there if someone takes 4 minutes to read their putt. You're not like, what the hell?
No, it's a joke. It's just a joke. One thing I wanted to mention too, the USGA did try and combat it a little bit, and in some tournaments, the local rule with pros can use a rangefinder. Yeah, because like guys, listen.
There's an argument with this too, because I heard it could take you, if you add rangefinders, right? It actually could slow pace of play down.
I don't know. So hold on. Let me. Okay, you can go. You want me to go first because I have a take. All right.
I think I'll say mine, and then I think because I was.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Right. Go for it. Go for it.
Because if players use rangefinders, they're also going to continue using your yardage books, right? So they get 147 with the rangefinder, and their yardage book says 143. Not a big difference to us, but to them, that could be a different club, right?
Different shot.
Okay, all of a sudden, their routine, instead of saying, all right, 143, this, go. It's like, all right, 143. Oh, rangefinder is 147. Well, let me reshoot it. Well, which one do you think it is? You want to go with the yardage book or that? I don't know. And then all of a sudden they're not committed. They step off. Like, I feel like that could be. I don't know. That's what I've heard, and it could be real, especially at that level.
Yeah, it's an interesting point. So my opinion with rangefinders would be, I think since the caddy's holding it, right, like the player's not taking it out of their routine to shoot the pin. So I feel like if the caddy is the one who's shooting the pin, or not even shooting a pin, like what's the word of that bunker? Oh, carry the bunker is 205. Oh, what's a pin? Oh, 213. How far is that ridge in the middle of the green? Like, how much space do I have? If you have 3 yards, you're like, oh shit, I got 4 paces. What does the green book say? Like, okay, I got enough. Like, I feel like it's a quicker way to get information rather than like, we always talk about like Jordan Spieth and his caddy Mike just talking about the shot, and like caddy player interactions. We've talked about this. Super important. It's important to have that relationship. It's important to have all the data in front of you before you're hitting balls. But this is my point, and this is how I'm going to end it, is all of these players, regardless of who the hell they are, they're hitting on TrackMans. They're hitting on launch monitors. They are constantly taking their form and their golf swing and making it, not as extreme as Bryson numerically as possible, but, Rory can probably tell you all of his exact numbers off the top of his head, guaranteed.
Yeah.
Like, I think all these guys can, but, if some of these guys are playing, let's say, what's a flat course that has like no wind? Like what's a course that has very limited variables? You think?
I don't know. The one closest to us, that the Travelers Championship at River Highlands. Right?
Yeah, that's a great example.
Doesn't really blow too much,
That's a good example.
They've had a few 58 or 58, 59 there. So.
Yeah, that's a great example. So I'm gonna make this point. Rory McIlroy, if he's in the fairway, he shoots the pin. He knows there's no conditions. He gets 165. He's pulling that club and going. Like, he's pulling his 165 number. No questions asked. He's going for it.
That's how it would be 90% of the time. But I don't know. In terms of, but there always will be a few scenarios where it, but that happens anyway. I mean, I think it would speed it up.
In situations.
But we don't know, because guys have been on the tour for years and years, and like, I don't know.
Maybe they're more efficient with the books. Think about it.
Exactly.
Just because it's what they're used to.
That's all they have, right?
It's true.
They don't have to go against, oh, well, the rangefinder says this. Let's just trust the rangefinder, and then they're not committed, or who knows. I do think, realistically, it should play faster, and that's why they probably implemented it. Mm-hmm. And like you said, for like the carries and whatnot, that's much faster than trying to figure out, or like if you're in another fairway,
yeah,
you don't have to like do the pace thing. You can just shoot.
Yeah, no, you can just shoot the pin. Yeah,
so that would be faster, but who knows?
There's pros and cons. I definitely am very happy that we can use rangefinders.
Yeah,
I don't think not to dog anyone on the D3 level, but I don't think guys like Matt or Alec are going to try and, pace out shots and figure it out.
Like, they probably would if it was beneficial to them.
They had to, yeah.
Like, right now, like, sometimes, like, even sometimes when I'm playing, like, rangefinders are beneficial if used correctly. Like, if you aren't hitting it well, or you're just trying to hit the fairway, hit it up near the green, like a Matt or Alec, like, they're not trying to stuff. They don't even know. Like, if we hit our 8-iron consistently within 10 yards of each shot, right? Rangefinder is probably okay for us, right? Because we know.
Yeah, that's fair.
But for them, like, they don't know if they're going to go 140, 160, 135, 165. So, like, at that point, like, you just want to get to a level where, like, you can be consistent enough to use it.
Yeah. I agree.
And sometimes, like, I feel like when I'm using rangefinders, like, that's just a confirmation. Like, I already will know what club I'm going to hit.
Mm-hmm.
When I step up to the ball, but I just want that, like, hey, like, yeah, this is correct.
Yeah, I've definitely, I have a round where if I forget my rangefinder, I'm kind of in dead water. I have a good feel for distance. I have a pretty good eye when I'm on the course, but sometimes it's just like if I'm hitting down, like, you cannot tell me, right? If I had no idea what Cold Springs was, right, and I pull up to the first tee, I don't know what club I'm hitting, dude. Like, I might pull 3-iron from the tips. Seeing that hole, guys, you guys have never seen this hole, and I know we always talk about Cold Springs, but like, if you guys haven't seen this, like, I don't know how to explain it, but like, guys, imagine your local sledding hill, or imagine your local bigger than that. Like, you're hitting basically off of a 60 feet. You know, even from the white tee box, it's got to be at least 40 feet. And then to the green, it's another 30 down. You're thinking, 70 feet down, usually into wind. Like 220, 210 raw distance, without even slope. And, I think off the back tees, I'm hitting 4-iron,
Yeah, I usually hit like 6 or 5 from yeah.
And you'd never think it because it just looks so damn far. So I feel like if I didn't have my rangefinder, I'd kind of be I'd be in dead water. I'd be like, shit, this is the first hole of the day. I'm not warmed up. I have no fucking clue what number I'm hitting. And I feel like that's the number, or I feel like that's the situation for a lot of other amateur golfers. So that's why I feel like having a rangefinder personally, and, for other amateur players as well, like, before even rangefinders were popular, they have like the hat clip GPSs. Like, I was like, you ever see like,
Yeah, I've seen.
Yeah, like, guys, GPS has highly impacted the amateur game. I feel like it always should. And for us, that 100, there's no other way you can tell me different. 100% that increases the pace keeps down the pace of play. Because we don't have caddies. For a large majority of us, we can't, like, these courses don't have yardage books. I mean, a lot of them do, but some of them don't. And, there's only so much you can learn from a scorecard. And, even for these tournaments, I remember this fall we got lucky and, a few of our courses were on 2K. And we were very, very, like, still. Like, you get to the first tee and you get it, but you don't.
Even if you're in the fairway and you see the 150-yard marker, right? You can't tell where the pin is on the freaking green. Like, if it's a big green, like,
no way. It could be in the back. It could be in the front.
Yeah.
It could be like on the right side. There could be like a dip.
The 150 could just be wrong. I mean, like, they could have moved the green or something.
Yeah, when they're cutting the grass, they could have moved the stick. You don't know. I think an example would be Liam, when we played Heritage on the front nine. There's a hole 5 or 6 right after a par 3 uphill par 4. Both of us were hitting flip wedges into this green, 50 yards maybe, and the pin was on the front. So I'm thinking, okay, I want to be under the hole, hit it a little bit to the right. And then, guys, I'm 50 yards from this green. I could have walked to it in maybe 20 seconds, and I hit it a little bit right. I'm like, oh, it's a good shot. Rolled down a massive ridge. I'm putting into, like, up a bowl. I didn't even see it. Like, it's crazy. So, something like that, if you don't have a range, like, obviously I'm not going to range find a 50-yarder, or maybe I will. But, like, if I can't see it from 50 yards, what if I'm 120 yards back? Like, how's that going to change my shot?
And that's course knowledge is the whole,
Yeah, that's a different conversation. But
we're talking about, first time playing a course.
You got to have a rangefinder. You have to. And if you don't, you need to do you got to do your damn research.
You know what else you need?
What? Splash. Yeah, boys.
I need to get one. No, I need to get one because I felt bad. I was using Mike's Caddy Splash. We went to the range.
Brutal. All the water's gone.
We got to fill that back up.
We got to fill it up real quick.
Friends over at Caddy Splash. It's a golf club cleaning tool, and it, there's water in the handle, so you just squeeze it. And, while you're scrubbing your clubs, the water's coming out, you get some sparkling clean.
Guys, it's not even dramatized. Like, if you make a divot and your clubs are dirty, I swear to God, if you're at the range and it's wet, dude, you need to use it. Like,
it's so much better. Like,
the towel leaves dirt on it. Like, nah, dude, you get the Caddy Splash, squish it, get all the water on it, dude. Like, wipe it. It's clean. It's so clean.
Like, you might say, like, oh well, I clean my clubs. And after every shot, I clean my clubs after every shot so they don't really get dirty. I feel the same way, but when I was on that range yesterday,
dude, it was so wet.
I hit 9 different clubs. All of a sudden, I'm like, oh, I need to clean these, and they're just all filthy, right? Like,
so yeah, just disgusting.
It was like a dirt range. It was just filthy, and I'm like, well, scrubbing, it's only going to do so much with my towel because I don't have any like, water. There's not like a club cleaner there, right?
You're not gonna. You can't kick it off with your foot either.
It took me 1 minute. You know, it was so
9
easy.
clubs.
So yeah,
9 clubs, guys, in a minute. 9 clubs. Like
go
literally. What?
Head over to links in the bio.
Yeah, links in the bio, guys.
Links in the description. Code Blazer, uppercase B, Blazer.
Yeah.
10% off. Really cool. You'll see on screen. Like
it's so cool, guys.
Definitely gotta get my hands on one of those.
Yes, soon, man. Caddy Splash, you guys are awesome. And if you guys haven't even seen, they had an article, Golf Digest. You know, top 9 tools you need for your next range session. No joke. Caddy Splash is on there. Golf Digest. You know, they're blowing up, guys. You got to get on this ASAP. You need a Caddy Splash on your bag. You know, if you have a wire brush on there, keep it on there. Still get a Caddy Splash.
Yeah.
Like, you know, if the dirt's not coming out, wire, Caddy Splash it, bro. You don't even need to clean your clubs at home.
If you go to the range
seriously,
in the dirt and your clubs get all muddy and you leave them, like
for real, dude, it's effortless. It's easy.
Trust us. Just go do it.
Genuine product. You guys got to get it.
Next time you have dirty clubs, just think of it and just go order it right then and there.
Like do it. Don't hesitate.
Moving on,
guys. If you guys have seen or haven't seen, we've gotten some really good feedback on this. Guys, our bracket, it's going pretty good. At this point, we are one round in.
The semifinals?
Yeah, 1 round in.
It's going to be the finals by the time this is live, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, God, man. So you know what? We're going to, I'm going to pull up the bracket right now, how it is. We're going to go through it, and we're going to make, Liam, we're going to make some live predictions. How about that? All right. So, guys, up on the screen, you'll see the current bracket. You guys have already seen the winner by this point. But at this moment in time...
Maybe not.
Maybe not. Maybe not. Let me think. So this
will be Monday, right?
No, it'll be Sunday.
Sunday will be the final?
Yeah, because...
So Monday.
No, this Sunday is the semifinals. And then Wednesday will be the finals.
Okay, so it won't even be the finals yet.
No.
All right. So you guys will have a say in this.
Yeah. So you guys will see this. So, Liam, I'll show this over to you. So we'll go from left to right. So, guys, iron covers versus double gloves. Double gloves won. We have hip towel versus visors. Visor won. And, guys, we're getting a lot of votes on it. We're getting like 20-plus votes per section. So these are all pretty valid. 3-putt versus out of bounds. 3-putt won. Poker chips versus tee markers. I didn't expect this.
Upset, yeah.
T-Peg got it. Liam, get the right side here.
Yeah, so I don't know the results, but we had bunkers going against Hook.
No.
Oh, okay, for the
first round.
Bunkers went up against water hazards. Obviously, bunkers took the W there. Slice versus Hook. Hook came out on top. I think people just view Slice as like a negative.
I don't know, guys.
Even though Hooks could be worse. I know I voted Hook.
Voted Slice.
Chunk versus
Slice
Skull.
gang, where you at?
Chunk versus Skull. We had a tie initially, and then in the tiebreaker, Skull came out on top.
Barely. Guys, you guys can't decide between Chunk and Skull.
That's embarrassing.
That's embarrassing, guys.
And then lastly, Rain overtook Wind.
I feel that's a hot take. I like
people think playing in the rain is better than Wind until they're actually in the rain.
That's true. So guys, we're gonna have double gloves against visor. It's gonna be interesting.
I'm going visor. I don't think double gloves.
I think I got visor too, but that's gonna be close. I feel like that's gonna be close because I know a lot of people wear rain gloves when they wear rain gloves.
That's
double.
Different.
I know it's different.
It's still double gloves, but I'm talking a 80-degree summer day and you're wearing double gloves.
Nah, I don't know about that. Visor though, I think I got visor for that one.
I got visor going against.
No. Let's go down. Let's make our winners for each, and then
that's what I'm saying. I got visor going against
3-putt or T-peg.
Oh my gosh,
guys, would you rather mark your ball with a T-peg or would you 3-putt? Are you doing both? You're doing both.
Whoever does both, no. John is going to hate voting on this because he's not going to know what to vote for.
John's going to be like, guys, I do both.
I
think I'd rather use a T-peg as a marker than 3-putt.
Yeah, I hate the 3-putts.
I hate 3-putts. We don't like 4-putts.
I'm going to go...
if I
could go visor versus 3-putt in the left side of the bracket.
Really? I'm going visor versus T-peg. And then,
I meant T-peg.
Yeah, visor versus T-peg.
And then
we'll go on the right side. What you think, visor versus T-Peg? What do you think?
I'm going visor. Visor to the final.
Dude, I think T-Peg. I honestly, like, no cap, I'm not trying to disagree with you. I think T-Peg gang is
You'd
gonna
rather mark your ball with a T-Peg than wear a visor.
Absolutely.
I'd rather wear a visor.
I look like a dumbass with a visor.
Me too.
On.
I mean,
John rocks it though.
Yeah.
John rocks it because you got that long hair. But anyway,
all right. So we got visor going up against what? Let's start off. I'm going.
No, visor. So visor. All right. So we have bunker versus hook. Would you rather be in a bunker or would you rather hook it? Guys, I think this is easy.
I feel like you usually hook it into bunkers. So
I was going to say. Guys, I know personally, I hate seeing the ball turn to the right.
I'm
not a fan.
I'm going hooks. You can play a hook. Sometimes in a bunker, it plugs or, I'm not the best out of bunkers.
Absolutely.
I'd rather hook it past the bunkers and just chip.
Nah, bro, you're wrong.
No, I'm going hooks.
I'm going bunker. I
need you guys listening to vote hooks. When hook makes the final, ooh.
Guys, nah.
We'll see.
Hook ain't gonna make... Come on, guys. You can't do me like that. Bunker, this is my thought from bunkers, right? Guys, if you're in a fairway bunker, if you're in a green side bunker, it's so much easier. Like, guys, you're getting out of a bunker, right? If you hit a hook off the tee, you're going out of bounds. Like, if you're in a bunker, like,
you can play the hook, though.
No, you can play the hook. Guys,
if you have hooks, it's just like playing the slice. Every motherfucker plays the slice nowadays. Just play the hook. You can hook it on the green.
Yeah, John hooks it on the green. John hits those big draws.
You could be in a bunker. I would make... All right. I'm getting up and down. Well, I don't know. What
if it's OB on the left side? Because we're lefties. You're playing, OB left. You're hitting a hook. Come on. Because if you're playing a hook, you
can just hook it as far right as you want.
What do you mean hook it right?
If OB's on the left.
Yeah, you're a left. Oh shit. Yeah, no, other way. Guys, if you're a righty and you're hooking it left and there's OB left, what are you gonna do?
Just keep aiming further and further.
Aim at the house.
Seriously. Or take I don't know.
Shout out if you guys know that story.
I feel like I make higher numbers if I'm in the bunker. Not all the time, but like I feel like I could make a par having to hit hooks.
I feel like I'm making par out of the bunker more than I'm hitting par off of hooks. Anyway, I got a big fade bias though, so I'm on the other side. That's
enough on the fucking hooks.
Yeah, guys.
Would you rather skull it or play in the rain?
So This is
a weird one.
This is a weird one. Very objective. I think so. 18 holes in the rain, or let's make an example. Like if you're sculling it, like for the day. Like a few skulls. Like if you're actually catching the ball thin consistently.
You do not feel confident with any chips that you want to putt it from bunkers, right? Like that kind of stuff.
Yeah, no, dude, I'm playing in the rain. I hate.
It's easy to say being indoors right now, like. Thinking about sculling a chip, like, I'd rather play in the rain. But, like, if it's a cold New England, like, fall,
it's tough. No,
day,
it's tough, dude.
I'd rather just live with this. If I'm
in a cold, rainy New England day, I shot on a par. So, you know what? Like, I have a personal connection to the rain. I enjoy playing in the rain. Not a ton. But dude, I'd so rather be like, oh man, it's raining outside. I'm not hitting it that great, but I'm having a good time. Than just like having a swing problem and sculling it. Like, I feel like for me, like if it's a beautiful day and I'm sculling it, bro, that's going to screw with me. If it's raining, at least I can be like, what?
Actually,
it's raining.
I'm going to probably go rain that one too. Just because.
So,
I don't know.
All right. So rain, what do we, oh man.
I'm going, all right. So.
Whatever you pick.
All right. I'm going, so I went hook versus rain. I'm going hook. I don't want to play in the rain twice. I'm going hook. So
all right,
my final is visor versus hook. What were you looking at?
Bunker versus rain. I think bunker. I think and that would take it to bunker versus
T-Peg. You said
bunker versus T-Peg, guys. That's my take. Bunker versus T-Peg. Would you rather be putting with a T-Peg as a marker, or would you rather be in a bunker? Hey, just because you're putting with a T-Peg doesn't mean you're not nasty at putting. Sometimes you pull up to the local muni, you pull up to Agawam, You ain't need your ball marker rag. Get out of here. You put a T-peg in there, John style. Or hey, you're in the bunkers. You chipped in from a bunker on 9 and you're feeling it, dude. Sometimes when you're in the bunkers and you're feeling it, you're absolutely filthy.
Very few courses do I feel comfortable in the bunkers because the sand is just not existent.
That's tough.
I'm taking Visor.
I got T-peg, boys. T-peg is the W.
Visor's gonna win it for me.
All right, guys, you heard it here first. Liam's going Visor. I'm going T-peg.
You guys, if you want to avoid T-peg winning this, you need to get in vote.
Guys, if you guys let Visor win, you know what? I'm gonna put something on this. Guys. If Visor wins, I will force myself in our next video to wear a visor.
It has to be backwards.
It has to a backwards visor.
And I will mark all my plus with a T.
See, that's so much better, dude. Oh my god.
If T-peg wins.
If T-peg wins, Liam has to mark his ball with the T-peg. And if Visor wins, I gotta wear a backwards visor. A backwards visor.
No, not a haircut before.
No. And you know what? We'll up the ante here. If neither of those win, what do we do? If neither of those win, we both have to wear visors and T-peg. Like, guys, we will film our video. If neither of those win, we're going to film our video with backwards visors. This isn't a visor. Left Behind Golf visor coming up, maybe. Who knows? And we're going to be using T-pegs. That is going to be painful.
Please.
Guys.
If anyone out there's listening, don't make me go through that. Just vote visor to begin with.
Oh no, dude.
Yeah, that'll
be interesting, guys. I love the feedback we're getting with this bracket. We're definitely getting a lot of engagement. We love it. We appreciate everybody listening. And guys, this is one of many. We can keep on doing this. If you guys like it, which you seem to, let's keep it rolling, guys. Let's get a clear winner and let's see you guys actually wear a visor. If you guys let visor win, you gotta wear a visor. Whatever the people choose, right?
Not exactly.
You guys gotta wear a visor.
None of these are good options. This is like a
hip towel.
Best case scenario.
A hip towel, guys. I used to wear a hip towel, and now I don't. And you know what? I don't regret it. And the only reason, guys, this isn't even, we already did the sponsorship, right? Like, we already did our caddy splash shit, but I want to pick this up one more time, guys. I don't wear a hip towel anymore, literally because of the caddy splash brush. And guys, you guys clowned me for the towel, bro. Like, you guys clowned me. And don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong, bro. I was so tight in the fall season when people would shit on me for it, because I was tight, because my home course is wet as fuck. Yeah. But, like, dude, guys, it's not a great look.
If we pulled up to our first tournament, there's probably like 100-something kids on the range. Range goes all the way around, and Mike's just like, I'm taking the hip towel off. That's gonna do it for us today.
Yeah, guys, it's gonna wrap it up for us today.
As always, donation link in the bio, socials in the bio. Everything's in the fucking bio.
Yeah, guys, run us up. We're coming up, guys. We're gonna have more people on. We're gonna get some guests rolling in the future. No more perfect brackets. So I got something going. Tag 3 friends in one of our most recent posts. Tag what you win. If you pick what wins, or if you picked what wins,
it's not hard.
It's not hard, guys. It's T-peg.
Man.
If you guys pick T-peg, if you guys go into the comments, tell you what, we're gonna follow you back if you comment T-peg. If you comment T-peg, I will follow you. Guys, we're running up. We're almost at 300 followers on Instagram. We're trying to get to 50 subs on YouTube. We're going to have content pumping this next coming week, dude. Practices. Guys, you guys aren't ready. Like, for real. I know we've been hyping this up. We got the camera now. Guys, the camera's filthy.
Yeah, and just to go back real quick, if you do comment T-peg, I am unfollowing you on my personal account.
Do you want them to comment visor? Guys, if you guys care.
I want them to vote, and I want to not play 9 holes. marking my ball.
9 versus 18 holes.
I don't want.
That should have been a good one.
That would have. Yeah. No. We had a lot. Well, we gotta save some options for future brackets.
Yeah, we gotta save some for future brackets. But guys, as always, greatly appreciate you guys coming out. This has been the Blazer Golf Podcast, episode 8. 8. I said 7 at the intro, but it's 8. Guys, appreciate it. We're gonna head out. Peace. Later. Adios. Sign off.
Ciao.
Ciao. Cheers.